Well, you know, this is my first time here, and it's pretty much everything that I've heard that it was cracked up to be. You know, this tradition goes ahead every single Friday the 13th, no matter what the weather is, no matter what the season is. But I'll tell you, when it happens during June, it takes this event to a whole new level. Let's take a look now at an overhead shot of the main strip here, and as you can see, bikes pretty much as far as the eye can see. You know, it's hard to believe that only 5,000 people live in this town, and just for one day only, you can multiply that by 20. Now, taking a look behind me over here, you've got bikes right down the main stretch, a huge crowd of people, and you know, we've got a wide variety of Harleys, Suzukis, just about everything, two-wheelers, three-wheelers, and you know, we had a chance to speak with some of the people who rode these monsters into town. Take a look. The soundtrack to Friday the 13th in Port Dover. Every square inch of this village comes alive with the roar of the engines and the ever-present smell of gasoline. Year after year, the pilgrimage continues.
I've been coming for 19 years. I haven't missed one yet. Last year I got snowed in. I couldn't get out. My bike was stuck in the garage.
It actually started by one person, and he came out and said, let's do a Friday the 13th, and there's more and more and more people.
To say the least, upwards of 100,000 are expected today. And while most say they come for the bikes, the colorful personalities can be just as fascinating. What is this thing?
Just a walking stick. Bought it last year, so it's Dover. Comes every year now.
I have to bring it. It's part of my uniform. Lots of people, no trouble, no fight, and I love Harley Davidson, and I want to die with this. I drive with this.
To enjoy this wonderful Friday the 13th in Port Dover.
You know, sometimes it feels a little bit like absolute mayhem out here, but you know, everybody's been very well behaved today. I would say that the only problem really was getting in and out of town. When we were coming in here, there was a huge backup of vehicles, and then of course you hit the point where they don't allow any more cars or trucks. It's all motorcycles. Today definitely belongs to the bikes, as you can see, and here behind me. Connie, back to you. It's a beautiful day out here today, and you know, the weather has managed to hold off actually rather nicely, I would say, given the fact that we are expecting a little bit of rain later. You know, it's a beautiful day for a drive, beautiful day to make the trip in here, and one of the people who did that is Gary Price. Gary, whereabouts are you from?
Out of Detroit.
All right. How was the drive in today?
Gorgeous. Just beautiful. Beautiful day to ride.
It sure is. Nikki Harrison is all the way over from Woodstock, and how did you find the ride?
It was wonderful. I love riding on the back of a bike.
How many times have you been coming to Port Dover for this?
This is our third trip up. Our third trip since 2006. Okay. 2006.
And so what is the appeal exactly? So many people come here year after year after year. Tell me, what is it about it?
It's bikers getting together, just having a great time, you know. It's, Port Dover is being known in the States now as Canada's Sturgis. It's the place to be. If you're on two wheels, it's the place to be.
And Nikki?
I just like looking at all the bikes and mingling with all the people. It's a great place. Everybody's friendly.
Speaking of which, let's take a look at some bikes that are over here. Tell me, I have to admit, believe it or not, I'm a bit of a novice at this. What are we looking at here?
Well, that's a Shadow, Honda Shadow, and these are two Harleys right here. These are more of the what they would consider the boulevard cruisers and not the big Road Stars and Kings and all that, Road Kings and all that other good stuff. But like I was saying earlier, two wheels is two wheels any way you want to look at it. They're all V-twins with the big twin pistons, generally around 80 horsepower, 90 horsepower, somewhere around there. Some get a little more souped up than others, but you know, these are more just for laid-back cruising.
Yeah, well, clearly this is something that a lot of people like to do. If you take a look around here, I mean, what is the appeal of biking?
In the wind, just out, you and the road, having a great time. You know, and I would like to say that bikers, other than the notorious gang bikers, generally on the average will donate more to charities than any other group, and they receive the less amount of recognition for it. You know,
right on.
The group I ride with, Motor City, out of Motor City Harley Owners Group out of Detroit. Every year we ride for muscular dystrophy, we ride for Toys for Tots, we ride for the kids.
Right on. You know? All right. Well, Gary, thanks so much for that. That's it for Port Dover for now, but we will be back a little bit later in the show. Connie? Here. This event, of course, has been going on since 1981. Bikers and motorcycle enthusiasts have been coming out, but I can tell you that this year there's something very special going on. They're actually going to try to set a world record. Why don't you three introduce yourselves?
I'm Cindy Vanderstar, Promotions Coordinator for Norfolk County Tourism.
Linda DeHont Crandon, Norfolk County Tourism.
Lorraine DiSerrano, Norfolk County Tourism.
All right, Cindy, why don't you tell us what exactly is going on here?
Well, we decided to attempt a Guinness World Record just for a lark. We thought we'd see if anybody's done it, and nobody anywhere in the world has attempted this record.
What is the record?
Nothing. So we have to, Guinness said if you can get 10,000 bikes counted, then we will break a record, and we've already surpassed that number. We're just handing out the last 500 of 12,000, and we will have the record lynched here. So that way, we will be the first, just like going to the moon. You remember the first person, not the second, so we will set the record first.
It'll be a landmark for sure. So how have you been verifying this? What have you been doing to try?
Well, our tags are all numbered.
And so basically just handing them out?
Handing them out, be at all the check entrance points to Port Dover, starting at 6 o'clock this morning, tagging the bikes as they're coming through, and we've had great response from everybody.
Certainly seems that way if you're handing out 12,000 of these tickets. What's the point of all of this other than to just set a world record and put yourselves in the history books?
A lot of people still have a belief that bikers don't bring tourism or anything, and we want to just dispel that myth that there's a lot that comes into the town. There's a great economic spin-off. Look at the business that all of these places are getting. So it's just to go back to our council and to the area to say, you know what, we're opening our doors to them and we have a lot to offer them.
All right, Cindy, and thanks very much. Congratulations, I should say, to all of you. That is all the time we have here at Port Dover. I'm baking in the sun. I'm going to send it right back to the desk.